Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to PokeZoo channel. This is something I've been thinking about doing for a while, which is some simple exercises for developing right hand technique. And the thing about developing right hand technique, just like left hand technique or picking technique or anything, is that it's a process, and it will enable you to compose and play on a higher level. Especially, this translates really nicely, by the way, to steel string guitar. And I hear a lot of people doing steel string guitar right now, and I hear some cool stuff. I think people are a little too hung up on all the tapping and pop, and it's cool. I like that, but I'm just saying, you don't forget about right hand development, because you want to develop your right hand. I'm 61, but when I was younger, I spent a whole summer doing nothing but concert level classical, like Villalobos, Bach, some of the famous, nylon string pieces, some Latin American composers, and it was really cool. I was putting in 6, 7, 8 hours a day of practice. You don't have to put in that much time, but my point just being is you don't have to be doing concert level classical either, but just you want to start working, spend a little time every day working on the right hand. And it can be really simple things. Now, I'm in a tuning right now, which I think I got from Carlos Montoya, the great flamenco guitar player. And what you do is you make the G string an F sharp. So you make the G string an F sharp and then the low E a D. And it allows you to get a lot of kind of cool things, very simple forms that you can, just simple things like this. You can play with, and there's different forms. And what I want to talk about and make this brief is just simple right hand exercises like this, like the thumb, I think they call it in classical IMA, and then the pinky here. Simple things like this. Maybe pick a little chord form, maybe pull off of it. But don't let the simplicity, fool you. It's simple, repetitious practice that builds technique, and it's powerful. You might think nothing is going on, but you're building technique, okay? You can do it with just open strings. Hopefully you can see this here. And, another one would be like, see, just the thumb, IMA, thumb, IMA, thumb, IMA. So, and what you want to do is, I've discussed this before, is develop phrase memory. Try to think of this. Now I'm doing this right now completely not warmed up because I want to demonstrate how to practice it. So, don't need to send me an email. Some guy sent me an email a while back, either play or don't play, but don't talk about being warmed up or not warmed up. I'm talking about it so I can share the process, okay? And the process of developing technique, okay? So, thumb, IMA. Think of this. All that is one thought. Don't think, obviously when you're learning it, you're thinking separately this, right? But try to wrap your mind and your consciousness around this. It's kind of one thought, okay? And try to get a feel in your right hand of this. And think about moving the muscles inside your fingers and hands, not so much your fingers and hands. Try to feel the muscles inside your fingers and your hands, okay? Now, one of the reasons you develop technique is because the capillaries and the vessels in your hand and your fingers begin to expand and get blood, and you're developing them, just like you develop a muscle, okay? And the other one is like the flamenco tremolo, which is you use the I finger and then these three, so it's this one and these three, so you get, do that slow. And in the beginning it's going to sound kind of fragmented because you're kind of to start the next series, think about starting the next eye and then these three as this thumb is going down. So don't just wait like here, right? As you're finishing up this eye and then the AMI, as you're finishing that up, get ready to start the thumb again. See, I'm not going, and then I'm kind of coming a little early. But you might want to start by practicing it separately like this. And it's such a cool technique because once you get it going, and like I said, I'm going to have to play very, very slow because it takes me a while to warm up. I know that's very sloppy, but I'm not warmed up, so that's why. So maybe I'll just save that for another time. But you can start working, patterns, intervals. I have a piece I'm actually writing using this kind of a technique, but I'm keeping this video simple. I mean, if you just sat around for 30-40 minutes a day and went like this, and then maybe did the not any faster than you can do it clean, right? And then the forefinger, do that slow. I'll do another video when I'm a little bit more warmed up too. But like I said, I purposely did this one not warmed up so you can see how it's so important to practice slow like this. Even if it drives you nuts. It's a disciplined practice, slow, that will give you monster technique. It really will, but you have to practice slow, okay? But it's really worth it to begin to develop your right hand. It's a really exciting process. So that's just some real simple stuff, and I'll come back later and do some more. Like that's something I'm writing a tune right now that starts like this, and I start off warming up this slow. So and again, the tuning is you make the G string an F sharp, and then you lower the E string to a D. It gives you some nice little forms, like things like this. You can see what I'm doing here. Anyway, I gotta keep this short, so just slow and clean.